Childhood used to feel very different. There were no smartphones, no social media, and no endless entertainment waiting on a screen. Children created their own adventures, spent hours outdoors, and returned home only when the streetlights came on. Many of those simple childhood experiences have now almost disappeared. Some may bring back memories you have not thought about in years. Here are 12 childhood experiences that younger generations may never fully understand. As you watch, tell us how many of these you remember. Number 12, playing outside until dark. For many children, the entire neighborhood was their playground. After breakfast or school, they went outside and met friends without sending a message or making a phone call. Everyone simply knew where to gather. Children rode bicycles, played football, climbed trees, built forts, and explored nearby fields. There were no adults planning every activity. The children created the games, decided the rules, and solved their own disagreements. Parents usually had one simple instruction: come home before it gets dark. When the streetlights came on, children knew the day was over. They returned home tired, hungry, and sometimes covered in dirt. Today, many children spend more time indoors, surrounded by screens and scheduled activities. But for those who experienced it, playing outside until dark was more than entertainment. It was freedom. Number 11, building your own toys. Children did not always need expensive toys to have fun. A cardboard box could become a car, a spaceship, or a secret fort. A piece of wood might become a sword, a boat, or part of a homemade cart. Old sheets were used to build tents inside the house. Sticks, stones, bottle caps, and string could become almost anything. The important thing was imagination. Children spent hours designing, building, and improving their creations. Sometimes the toy broke within minutes, but that did not matter. They simply repaired it or built another one. Today, many toys come with lights, sounds, and screens. But homemade toys gave children something different. They gave them the feeling that they could create an entire world using almost nothing. Number 10, riding bicycles everywhere. A bicycle was not just a toy. It was a child's first taste of independence. Children rode to a friend's house, the local store, the park, or anywhere else their parents allowed them to go. There were no navigation apps. They learned every street, shortcut, and hidden path in the neighborhood. Sometimes a group of children would ride for hours with no real destination. The journey itself was the adventure. Flat tires, loose chains, and damaged brakes were common. Many children learned basic repairs because they wanted to get back on the road as quickly as possible. A bicycle gave children freedom long before they were old enough to drive. For many adults, the memory of that first bicycle still feels special. Number 9, visiting friends without calling first. There was a time when children did not arrange every meeting in advance. They simply walked or rode to a friend's house and knocked on the door. Sometimes the friend was home, sometimes they were not. And sometimes a parent would answer and say, "He is outside somewhere." That was normal. Children often walked around the neighborhood until they found the group. There were no location-sharing apps and no instant messages. You had to make a small effort to find your friends. That made the moment you finally found them feel more exciting. Today, an unplanned visit may seem unusual, but years ago, it was one of the most normal parts of childhood. Number 8, drinking water from a garden hose. After hours of running, cycling, and playing outside, children became thirsty. They did not always go inside to find a bottle of cold water. The first water that came out was often warm from sitting in the sun. So children waited a few seconds until it became cooler. Then everyone took a turn drinking directly from the hose. It was simple, quick, and completely normal. No one worried about having the perfect water bottle. No one checked the temperature or added ice. When you were tired from playing outside, that hose water felt like the best drink in the world. Number 7, making phone calls from the family telephone. Most homes had only one telephone. It was usually placed in the kitchen, hallway, or living room. That meant private conversations were difficult. If a child called a friend, other family members could often hear every word. Sometimes a parent answered first and asked who was calling. Children had to speak politely and request to talk to their friend. Long conversations could also be interrupted by someone saying, "Get off the phone, I need to use it." There were no personal phones and no private messages. The family telephone belonged to everyone. And if you were waiting for an important call, you had to stay close enough to hear it ring. Number 6, waiting for your favorite television program. Children could not watch any show whenever they wanted. They had to know the day and time it was broadcast. If a favorite program started at 7 in the evening, everyone had to be ready before 7. There was no pause button. There was no replay. And if you missed the episode, you might have to wait weeks or months for another chance to see it. This made television feel like an event. Families gathered in one room and watched together. During advertisements, children ran to get snacks or use the bathroom before the program returned. Waiting made the experience more exciting. Today, entertainment is available instantly, but when people had to wait, they often appreciated it more. Number 5, saving coins to buy something special. Children often learned patience by saving small amounts of money. They kept coins in jars, boxes, or piggy banks. Every coin brought them closer to something they wanted. It might have been a toy, a bicycle part, a comic book, or a special snack. There was no instant online purchase. Children had to wait until they had saved enough. Then they walked into a store, counted the money, and proudly paid for the item themselves. That purchase felt important because it represented weeks or even months of patience. The item was not just something they owned. It was something they had worked and waited for. Number 4, writing letters and passing notes. Before instant messages, children and teenagers communicated using paper. They wrote letters to relatives, pen pals, and friends who lived far away. A letter could take days or weeks to arrive. Then came the excitement of finding an envelope with your name written on it. At school, children also passed handwritten notes between desks. The note had to move quietly across the classroom without the teacher noticing. Sometimes it reached the correct person. Sometimes it was taken by the teacher and read aloud, causing great embarrassment. Handwritten messages felt personal. You could recognize someone by their handwriting before reading their name. Today, messages arrive instantly, but few digital messages create the same feeling as a letter waiting inside the mailbox. Number 3, creating games from simple objects. Children could turn almost anything into a game. A few stones could be used as markers. A stick could draw a playing area in the dirt. A ball and an empty wall could provide hours of entertainment. Sometimes, children invented a completely new game. The rules changed whenever someone found a better idea. There were arguments, negotiations, and occasional accusations of cheating. But the children usually solved everything and continued playing. They did not need instructions, batteries, or an internet connection. They only needed a few friends and a little creativity. These simple games taught teamwork, problem-solving, and imagination without anyone realizing they were learning. Number 2, exploring without adult supervision. Children were often allowed to explore their surroundings with much more independence. They visited nearby woods, streams, empty fields, and construction areas. They searched for insects, collected unusual stones, and followed paths simply to see where they led. Sometimes they returned with scraped knees, muddy clothes, or a story that became bigger every time they told it. Parents did not always know the exact location of their children. They trusted them to use common sense and return at the agreed time. Of course, this freedom sometimes came with risks, but it also helped children develop confidence and independence. They learned how to make decisions without an adult standing beside them every second. For many people, those small adventures became some of the strongest memories of childhood. Number 1. Being bored and inventing something to do. Perhaps the most important childhood experience that is disappearing is boredom. Years ago, there was not always something available to entertain you. Television had limited programs, stores were closed at certain times, there were no smartphones, video platforms, or endless games. Sometimes children simply said, "There is nothing to do." And that boredom forced them to become creative. They built something, they went outside, they drew pictures, invented games, read books, repaired toys, or visited a friend. Boredom often became the beginning of an adventure. Today, entertainment can fill every quiet moment. But when children never experience boredom, they may have fewer chances to discover what their own imagination can create. For many adults, the best childhood memories began with absolutely nothing planned. How many of these childhood experiences do you remember? Was it riding bicycles until dark, drinking from the garden hose, saving coins, or waiting all week for your favorite television program? Childhood was not perfect, but it was often slower, simpler, and filled with small adventures. Many of those moments seemed ordinary at the time. Only years later did people realize how special they were. Share one childhood memory that younger generations may never experience in the comments. Your story might bring back a memory for someone else. And if you enjoy nostalgic stories, forgotten history, and memories from the past, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.